Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay, here we are. It's very noisy out there. Maybe I will close. Yes. No problem if you want.
Good morning, good afternoon.
Welcome. Yes.
Hi, Julie.
Tumpia, I will take
Hi.
away your microphone and camera, as always. I will just take a few moments to relax the body. To prepare ourselves to enter in a proper mind state that is suitable for the practice. Slowing down, we come to the center. And to make some circles with the neck. Breathing slowly. I'm using these exercises as an excuse to connect more with the body, to bring our awareness back to the body. You can change direction if you like. And we can stop on one side. Try to stretch this area of the neck all the way from your ear to your shoulder. If you're not feeling enough stretch, you can do like this with your hand. And to the other side. The breath is becoming deeper. Make a few circles backward with the shoulders. Trying to cover the full range of motion. And we come with the shoulder together, closing the shoulders. You can even grab the shoulders. And if you can even grab your scapulas and try to close your shoulder together. And relax. And open the chest. You can do like this if you like. Also, this one is very good for opening the chest. Yeah, yeah. Taking a few breaths. And some circles with the hips. And change direction. Then go grab the knee. If you need, you can put your hand on an object to hold yourself and try to bring your knee to your chest. You should also stretch this area from your glute. And the other leg. Taking a few more breaths. And as last exercise of this warm-up, we will do a little bit of shaking. Also, you can feel free to shake in more diverse ways. To bring the shaking to different parts of the body. Trying to release, to let everything fall down. As slow as you can slow down. we can stay a little bit in our basic position. Trying to straighten our spine. Elongating the back of the neck. The shoulders are relaxed, falling down. Becoming more far away from your ears. We are pulling the spine also on its lower extremity. And this, as we said many times, is done by forward tilting our pelvis and creating a feeling of elongation in the lower part of our spine. So what we want to obtain with this movement is what we call opposite pull. So basically we are pulling into opposite direction at the same time. We are pulling up from the top of the spine and down from the bottom of the spine. This is what we want to look for in our Qi Gong stance. In this way we can stretch our spine a little bit more, hopefully. Also, to obtain this result, you can imagine the top of the head pulling up and everything else falling down. Or you can imagine your skeleton being pulled up, and everything else, your muscles, your tendons, your organs, relaxing off your bones. Okay, so as we try to relax in this position, maybe not force it too much, we try to hold this, as I will start to explain a little bit the purpose of today's class, what we will do. Of course, if at some point you feel too uncomfortable, you can move around, you can, move a bit your spine, and then come back to the position. Yeah. So yes, today we're gonna do a review for some of you, some other will be new, of the practice of the 5 tones music healing, which is a type of musical Qi Gong that is related to the 5 main organs. And we're gonna do a practice that is mostly based on clearing negative emotions and channeling harmonious emotions in our organs. So basically, in Taoism, it is believed that each of our organs, each of our part of the body has its own form of consciousness, has its own spirit. And so it holds, let's say, a different part of ourself. You can imagine as if your self is composed by many different energies, entities sometimes, which are sometimes not so harmonious state. So with this exercise, we want to connect with these 5 main organs, and we're going to do the work of trying to individuate and release negative emotions and connect with a more harmonious expression of emotion, which is also corresponding to a more harmonious expression of that type of energy. So the 5 organs will be the liver, the heart, the spleen, the lungs, and the kidneys. And they correspond to the elements wood, fire, earth, metal, and water. So in the first part, we're going to simply connect with the organs one by one, taking the time. Connect with the organ, drain or release the negative emotion into the earth. And then connect with the positive emotion and radiate it out through our middle dantian. And at the end, if we have time, we will do a little song that is putting together the 5 tones and is like a melody that you can sing it and use it for meditation and for working with your emotions and organs. So we can take a moment to relax, to get ready. Also in today's practice, I will encourage you to feel free to move and to do movements that you feel that can help you to do this work that we are doing. So the movement is not the most important thing. You will see me doing some movement, and maybe in some moment I will suggest you to do some movements, but still feel free to do the movement that you feel that are helping you to do the energy work that we are trying to work on in that moment. Yes? Okay, so first of all, we relax. The breath is becoming deeper, longer, still natural. I'm connecting myself with the central line of my body. You can visualize it. You can visualize yourself coming back to your central line. Or like if you were sitting down in your central channel, relaxing into your central channel. Energy naturally flows down the central channel to the earth. And so as a final preparation for this work, we're gonna follow the downward movement in the central channel with our mind and observe how it connects to the earth. Observe our connection to the earth through our own central channel in an intuitive way, in a simple way. Simply observing the earth being there. We'll take 3 deep breaths, relax deeper, and stabilize our connection to the earth. So breathing in. And breathing out. Breathing in. And breathing out. And one last time, breathing in. In. Hold. And breathe out. Okay, so first of all, we'll connect with the organ of liver, which is on your right side, here, more or less, under your last ribs. If you like, you can put your hands there, or you can move your hands around this place. Try to feel this area of your body. Or you can just do it with your mind. This organ is associated with the color green, the element wood, and it represents an active, growing energy, life-giving energy, like a forest. You can imagine, for example, an energy that tends to go up, to activate, like spring. So the negative manifestation of this organ are normally excess patterns. The most important or most common one is anger and all the related emotions. You could say restlessness, impatience. So we take a moment to connect with some images that we feel that activate in us this negative manifestation, the negative emotion, in which situation we feel angry, impatient. You can even invent a situation just to activate this feeling so that we can work with it. And we can start already to imagine this negative emotion going down our body and all the way into the ground. This is what we call draining negative emotion. And so we continue connecting with this emotion and releasing it into the ground, letting go of it. The earth is receiving this energy. We are releasing anger, impatience, restlessness, negative judgments. So you can imagine yourself becoming more and more free of this burden, of this emotional charge. Yeah? can slow by slow start already to connect with the positive counterpart of this emotion, which is patience, gratitude, appreciation. And here also we try to connect with the strongest possible manifestation of these feelings. If you can imagine a situation that allows you to connect with gratitude, with appreciation, then you can use this and try to intensify this feeling. And so we are collecting more of this feeling and allowing the negative energy to be flushed away. Try to increase your perception of this type of energy, of gratitude for other people, for life, for yourself. Gratitude for the present moment. For all that life has given us. And we can start to imagine that we are radiating this feeling from the center of our chest it is like an antenna in a way. We can connect with a frequency and then repeat it from the center of our chest and expand it out. Repeat the signal. And so imagine that we are flooding our energy field and our surrounding with this energy of gratitude. All the levels of our self are being affected, permeated by this energy, which is healing, which is transforming. Which is liberating. And this energy is being distributed generously. As on the energetical level, giving something doesn't mean to have less. Like repeating a signal means increasing the signal. We'll take a few more moments. To share, to give. Imagine to be giving this feeling. Taking one more breath. We are a being capable of expressing with gratitude. A being capable of let go. Anger or frustration. And to express in a positive, constructive, harmonious way. Taking one breath, we prepare for the next organ, which will be the heart. To feel this organ related to the element fire, the season summer, the peak of the yang energy, color red. So the negative emotion in the heart, they normally say that is hate. To explain a little bit better, imagine the heart wants to connect, wants to share, wants to open, to expand, wants to give and receive love. So closing, hating somebody, not loving somebody, and giving the opposite charge is a negative emotion related to the heart. So again, we will take a time to connect with the negative emotion of hatred. You can use the image that most works for you. A person maybe that you hate a lot, or a situation that you hate a lot. And start to relax. And let this energy flow into the ground. We are feeling this energy and feeling it going down. So that we don't have to carry this energy with us all the time. If, for example, we don't like something, we can still choose and decide to take actions, to not interact, to keep a healthy distance, but we don't necessarily have to hate that thing. To emotionally forgive is another thing than to agree intellectually, if you know what I mean. Emotionally forgive is something we do for ourselves. Because we are the ones who will carry all of that if we don't let it go. So again, imagine the energy going to the earth and ourselves being released of this energy. And how this opens up a door for kindness, for compassion, for love, for inclusiveness. Now allow for this new energy, for this new emotion to flow in, washing away. Trying to find the emotional expression that feels correct, that feels right for you. The way to perceive this particular aspect that resonates to you. When the emotional body takes a position that is more healthy, is more correct for its own well-being, it will give positive feedback to you. It will make you feel more expanded, more open, better. And finally, we will radiate this emotion from our middle dantian, from the center of our chest, this inclusivity, this tolerance, this love, this wish for everybody's well-being. Wishing the well-being of the people you hate the most. If you do hate anybody. Wishing the well-being to all living things, to all humans. Allowing this energy to take form in our field. We repeat just a couple more times. And one more time. Trying to embrace this openness. You can come back to the center if you like for a few breaths. So with our lifestyles, our emotional body tends to become really stiff, just like our physical body. In the same way, we have a bad posture most of the time during the day because maybe we are in front of the computer or we are doing other things, and for this reason our body becomes all tense and closed and asymmetric. So in a similar way, our energy body tends to become really stiff, closed, especially nowadays with all these separation and barriers between one another. So it's good to sometimes stretch out a little bit the emotional body. So we pass to the next organ, which is the spleen, which is on the other side, opposite to your liver, more or less. It's on your left side, under your ribs. It's very connected to your stomach in Chinese medicine. And yes, it's related to the element earth, the color yellow, the season, well, the temperate season, the balanced season, the mild season. And so it's basically the center of the 5 elements. And so it is connected with the feeling of stability, peace, with the feeling of being centered, basically. Also, it is in the center, so it is representing the ability to transform and to move into the other qualities. So the negative expressions of this element are lack of fluidity, so basically rigidity. And also they say worry, in a sense that you are unable to stay present, you are worrying about other things around you. Yeah. So yes, we'll take a moment to feel this organ. And take a moment to connect with the feeling of worry, with the feeling of stress, especially related to this organ. This need to control our time, to control our lives, that makes us paranoid, that makes us very stressed, and that doesn't enable us to flow, to open to possibilities. So we connect with this feeling of controlling, of worrying, of stressing about this and that. And you can use any image that allows you to connect with this feeling. Not being able to flow in life. Now we start to release this feeling into the earth. We imagine the earth receiving this energy. Releasing anxiety, releasing stress. For this anxiety that doesn't allow us to simply enjoy the present moment. It always makes us project in the future. I think we are all very controlling. This is a very common condition. And so we try to release, letting go of this energy. And opening space for peace, for fluidity, for mental, let's say, openness. For letting go of control. And so this feeling of peace. You can imagine it coming into our energy field, cleaning up. It's like we are being released of all our stressful ideas, all the things we tell ourselves we must. Releasing. Releasing this energy into the ground, collecting peace. Collecting fluidity. And radiating it out with the middle dantian. Again, feel free to move as you feel. To express the desire to become more a channel for this peaceful energy that is so important and so needed. To express the intention to be able to do things with less rush, to do everything properly and calmly as much as possible. And to spread this feeling of calm, of openness around us. And one more time. About to our lower dantian. Taking a few breaths. Observing the possibility that we may actually become more like this. It is something we can do, it is in our reach. How exciting, how beautiful that would be. How fulfilling. Okay, so we have 2 more organs to go. I know this is getting a bit long, and we may go maybe 5 minutes or maximum 10 beyond the normal time of this class. So yeah, for the ones of you who have to go because they have to, just let you know now is 55. And the other ones, I invite you to bear a little bit of patience and to continue putting effort to conclude this work. It's usually very difficult to make emotional work short. So we take a moment to relax and prepare to focus again after to do our best in the last two organs. Okay, so the next organ will be the lungs. Lungs are related to the element metal, the color white, the emotion, the season fall, autumn. So it's more a descending energy in our body. Its emotional manifestation, positive is normally referred to as joy and negative as sadness. So yes, I also maybe like to call it lightheartedness in a sense, this childlike ability to enjoy, to be joyful. And the negative expression is sadness, depression, all of these similar feelings. So you can take a moment to connect with this organ. And we try to connect with the emotion of sadness as deeply, as sincerely as we possibly can, using whatever it is that makes you sad, made you most sad in your life. And we allow ourselves to connect with this feeling with no guilt, allowing ourselves to connect with this sadness, maybe of being abandoned, rejected, of failing, of whatever. And it's okay to be there. It's okay to spend time witnessing, observing these emotions. We are many times closing ourselves off these emotions and consequently blocking them even more. So I invite you to consider that feeling sad is beautiful, just like a beautiful sad song can be really, really beautiful. Yeah? And here we relax and we try to bring down this energy into the earth, allowing this sadness to flow down like water. And it's beautiful, it is liberating, like crying. Energy is being released into the ground, and we are freeing ourselves from our charge, negative charge. understanding the energy, the wisdom that is behind these feelings. Allowing the energy to flow. And we start to open the door for connecting with the emotion of joy, of lightheartedness, of genuine and childlike joy. To be simple, to be clean. We collect this energy, this emotion. We wash away the sadness. And we imagine this emotion radiating out from our middle dantian. This kindness, this lightheartedness, this sympathy, this joy. Connecting with the best possible feeling of joy that you can. From the birthday of when you were a kid, from whichever moment of joy, try to connect with that and expand it out. Expand this feeling surrounding you, permeating everywhere in your life, in your body, in your interactions. For a few more breaths, we have this energy to really penetrate deep inside ourselves. And one more breath. Take a few moments to relax before passing to the last organ. Integrating a little bit what we did until now. And let's get ready to pass to the kidneys. The kidneys, let's say, they represent the most primordial aspects of our life, of our existence. They connect with the negative emotion of fear, the positive emotion, they say courage, in the sense that force that pushes you forward to live, let's say. Kidneys are related to the life force in Chinese medicine. They're related with the water element. The color can be either black or dark purple. And so with this, we want to connect with the most primordial aspects of ourselves, the most primordial force inside of ourselves, and the fears which inhabit this deep level of ourselves. And so we take a moment to try to connect with this feeling of fear. This most irrational force that destroys everything else. And that even if it's difficult to access sometimes, even we don't feel it so much in our lives, for many of us, it is still deeply present and influencing us, our decisions, our thoughts, our emotions. So just to connect with this fear of death, of being destroyed, being cancelled, of being nothing, of being worthless, being meaningless, being erased. And we allow this feeling to flow down to the ground, into the earth. Connecting with this deeper primordial aspect of ourselves. For example, we can feel this when we are alone in the dark, in the forest, for example, at night. And all of a sudden you feel so alive. Every moment is so intense, so deep, so real. When you are lost and you are alone. And so at the same time, we start to connect with this feeling of strength, this life force that is so powerful. The same strength that allows trees to break the rocks with their roots. The same force that allows animals to survive in the most hostile environment. Connecting with this feeling of power, warrior, if you like, ability to do everything. Everything is possible. connecting with this strength and radiating it from our middle dantian. We want to be able to express strength in our actions, this lack of fear. Or this courage to face fear. The ability, the force to grow, to surpass ourselves, to go beyond our limits. Taking a few more moments to connect this feeling of strength, power, of no excuses. And one more time. I'm going to go back to Dantian. We'll take a moment to integrate all of these emotions, all of these lives that we have experienced in the last hour. Recognizing that all the expression, the powerful expression of harmonious emotions are accessible to us. And all of these emotions contain keys to greater wisdom, to greater realization. So we focus on our lower dantian. And we prepare, starting to make some circles around the lower dantian. While we do this, we can imagine to be integrating all this information, the information of the gratitude, the information of the love, inclusivity, the information for the peace, fluidity, the information of the joy, lightheartedness, the information of the courage and life, strength. When you are finished, you can hold your hands in there for a moment. You can imagine 5 energies coming together in you, in your center. Taking one more breath. A lot of appreciation for the great forces of the universe. For this space. We close the space of practice. Hello, long session today.
Amazing.
Nice. Oh,